Aquaman King of Atlantis is a new HBO Max series that I guess is dropping weekly, which is weird because I think when I saw the trailer for this series, they had said that I thought they had said it was like gonna drop um all at once, but I guess not. Which is surprising. Let's get the obvious out of the way. This show is ugly. Like this show is really cool at some things with its animation, like action scenes. Like it has very fluid, cool movements, but the actual character designs themselves look atrocious. They look disgusting. Like I do not like looking at these characters' faces or anything that they do. A lot of people have compared this to uh, Teen Titans Go, Thundercats Roar. This kind of animation style where it's like more kiddie and lazy and just cheap and just it doesn't have a unique um well it's unique but it just doesn't look appealing. Like it's this is the worst out of those. Thundercats Roar is worse. That those but this is just the worst I've seen out of those three shows besides Thundercats Roar. Like this is right under it. I think, and with the character designs. I mean, like they just look gross. I don't like looking at these characters' eyes. They're very creepy looking. It just no, no, I don't like it. This show's interesting because it's supposed to be a sequel to the Aquaman movie. Obviously not canon because guaranteed that movie is going to take place. The sequel Aquaman 2 is going to take place where this show does. So it's like it's going to knock this show out of canon, but whatever. The show is about Aquaman and he is adjusting to being king and yeah. And apparently we're having 45-minute episodes, which is crazy because this is actually a fun show. I do not like that it's a sequel to the Aquaman movie because it doesn't make sense. Again, not and also see the characters actually do a good job. The voice acting is good at mimicking like Jason Momoa and things like that, the cats from the movie. But the characters don't act like the characters from the movie. They act like characters from like Thundercats Roar or Teen Titans Go, just not as dumbed down or insulting as those shows. But and it's a fun show where Aquaman just goes on these adventures and does all these cool things. I guess. And he fights different sea creatures and monsters, which is a cool idea. I like this premise for the show, and I think it's interesting. Um, and I like that this episode ended on a cliffhanger that had me engaged. I wanted to know what happened. Like, I was surprised how much I enjoyed this. I didn't think I was going to enjoy this through the art style alone because, these art styles of these shows really turn people off. I don't think these networks understand. They're really turning people off with these art styles. Just make it look appealing. How hard is this? And I like what they're doing with these characters. If I was to treat it like its own thing. I just don't like it as a sequel Aquaman movie. Yeah, I don't know. I like this episode. I like the setup of this series. And it could go some fun directions. I think some of these characters are a little too goofy. Especially since what's annoying about this show is like, okay, Teen Titans Go, you could take them as basically like teenagers or dumb children. These characters are obviously supposed to be adults, and yet they're acting like children and buffoons most of the time, which is a little irritating. And they're also supposed to be leaders, in this show. So that's a little irritating. But, I'm interested in where the show's going to go next. And I will definitely be talking about episode 2 next week when it drops on HBO Max. Because I am curious where the show's going to go. That type of thing. I'm not against the show. I think it looks interesting. I'm excited to see what happens.